It is went clear. We've seen a push, and they're so well matched that almost you can see they don't want to use up energy unnecessarily. They don't want to put an attack in that is not going to pay off. But I'm not sure that either of the riders can land something big enough in one blow, and that's why we're seeing Van der Poel trying again. Van Aert, though, at the moment he's the one playing poker. He's just sitting there, just putting the odd little bit of pressure down, but no major explosive attack. The gap just starting to open back to Van der Poel on this technical section, as you'd expect. Will Van der Poel roll onto the wheel? See if Van Aert just stretching it out a little bit. The higher speeds put more distance in between. Coming around that turn, well, Van der Poel having to get out of the saddle to go onto the wheel of Van Aert there. So this is where it was all set up. This is the section that caused that little bit of a slide of that back wheel. That little innocuous slide enough to put Van der Poel under pressure. And he's had to close the gap back down on it. So Van Aert, he was really aware that there was a little bit more distance. But it's nowhere sensing it, feeling, hear the crowd, they can hear the noise of the bikes every now and then. Bring the roars here today. Well, both riders taking a little bit of a look across and seeing where the riders behind are. It is the Lars van der Haar and Ellie Iserbyt. So Iserbyt, a former World Cup winner. He's a rider who is capable of taking a win over the top of the rest of the riders, but often in the shadow. That's these two are very much cyclocross specialists, as we see the two riders who have thrilled us on the road as well as that cyclocross coming back round once again now. Van Aert on the front this time round. Van der Poel moving on the right-hand side there. Yeah, I think he was looking to see if he could put a push that was going to put Van Aert in trouble, but Van Aert staying in the saddle and really starting to pressure. Sees that nothing has come of that. So Van der Haar on this little bit of a climb, just opening up the gap to Ellie Iserbyt of the two. Van der Haar looking like he's the one prepared to take this on. So we're situated only about 5 miles or 8 kilometres from the border with Belgium here in Hoogerheide in the Netherlands. The fans coming packing in from all over the globe to come in and watch the racing here throughout the course of the weekend. At the moment, the very last race of the Men's Elite Championship is into its final 2 laps. We're on lap 9 of 10. We are approaching the out mark at the moment. You can just see there is nothing to choose between them here. Foot out there by Wout van Aert. I'm not sure that he got that line just right. Both riders will be getting more tired. They're going to be feeling the effects. Yes, you could be the best in the world, but when you are racing flat out on your limit, that is when you start to make mistakes, and it's only going to take one mistake for the other rider to pounce on that and to try and go clear. Yep, Wout van Aert going offline there. Mathieu van der Poel having to take his foot, just take the pace off there as they came in to make sure he didn't run to the back wheel, which could make more problems. So Van der Poel just winding up. You can just see his body starting to wind up as he came in to the planks. And Van Aert quickly on to the wheel. Additional lines. Van Aert though pressurising here, just going up and to the back wheel, making sure there's no distance loss, making sure that Mathieu van der Poel knows that he's got Van Aert with him. And if it came down to a sprint, it would be about their tactical nous on the way through. Both absolutely phenomenal sprinters. and we've seen them wear plenty of the green and yellow jerseys and racing to sprint victories in the classics. Well, here you go, the crowd going to get another look here to see what they're going to do on this last lap. Up on to the side of this finishing straight they come. There isn't a spare centimetre with a view of the finishing straight. They come up underneath the line. The bell rings with one more lap to go. It is the last run, 1 lap left to go. Who is going to take this? It is going to come down to that nail-biting finish. If it comes onto that sprint up there, your guess is going to be as good as mine as to who's going to take that. Who's got anything left? Van der Haar in his own private battle now with Ellie Isabit as the gap is open behind the 18 seconds behind the leaders. So the two riders on the front can't afford too much finesse in the park. They are over the top of the brush from the outlaw to the grass. So once again, they go around past pit number 1, and the pit's numbered in the order with which the riders approach. Now goes over top. He doesn't want to be sat behind here. This means he wants to lead into the next section. He's setting himself up to come in at this section at the front. So a little bit of a kick out here, just that little bit of a rise up before we drop down in towards the next turn. Now Van Aert out of there, out of the saddle, and this is a move coming here. He is just putting the pressure on Mathieu van der Poel there. He doesn't want Van der Poel right on his heels, but it does allow Van der Poel to pick his line through there. Now are we going to see a run onto the back wheel of Van Aert. Van Aert has shown he was pushing there. He just wanted to make sure he had that position. He didn't want to see anything happen there. He wanted to be where he had a view of this technical part of the course. So fast descent, big long sweeping right, tight 90-degree left-hander coming up. They're going to carry a lot of speed down here. Into this right-hand turn, all the way out to the barriers at the side there. Both the riders are rolling around. Van der Poel is on the wheel of Van Aert, and Van Aert is just easing off here as Van der Poel moves up over into the lead here. He's got the position at the front. Not sure either rider wants to be at the front. If you pressure at the front, you're immediately seen by the rider behind. If you can come from behind and rush at the rider, you've got a chance to take them by surprise. At the moment, Mathieu van der Poel making sure he's not losing any kind of ground, any advantage. He stays on the front. Oh, the look across of Van der Poel, still aware of what's going on behind him, but the gap has already opened up 24 seconds, and now to the chasers in third and fourth place. They're not going to come back now. It's going to take an alien abduction to take these two riders out of the running for the front. They're not going to take each other out. They're far too good for that. But are we going to see a move on the bridge? Now, Wout van Aert is sat behind Mathieu van der Poel. This is where Van der Poel is putting an attack in. Meanwhile, Isabit has gone over the top now. Van der Poel out of the saddle. Van Aert rolls up alongside the back wheel there. And here we go into the big climb. Surely we're going to see a move from... At the moment, it is Van der Poel on the front, of Van Aert sitting on the wheel, closing that down, keeping it under control. Now, will these riders rue that as an opportunity missed when they come in to the finish? It's the biggest, longest climb on the way through, but if you put a lot of energy in there, it may well be that they know that they're not going to have anything left as they come up the climb towards the flanks. They may not have anything left for the sprint. In previous races here at the World Championships in Hoogerheide, you've seen the gaps open mid-race, and whether that has been the races between people like Nisa Stibar, it's been any of the preceding races that we've seen those gaps open sooner. This is going to come down to this last half a lap. Oh, you can just see Van der Poel is itching to have a go. He's absolutely, he's looking on the outside there, just rags the bike around the side on it to the penultimate bridge. We've got one more bridge section that's going to come up here, but this is where we've seen mistakes before. I think we're just seeing a little bit of a wind up in the pace here. Very easy to make an error coming round here, but they keep it rubber side down. Well, Van Aert is looking for the move. Will Van der Poel try and jump him as they go on the run up in to the hills, then really hammer it home as they come through. He's waiting on the shoulder. He's pressurising Van Aert. Van Aert is not making any mistakes though. Who's going to take this? It's so close between the two now. Van Aert picks the speed up here. He's just lifting the pace. He doesn't want to see Van der Poel come in front. Who will lead in to the planks? Oh, he's out of the saddle here. He's really putting the pressure on. He sits back down again. It's going to come down to this now. Van der Poel goes over the side there, and he hasn't made it count. It's going to come down to a sprint surely between these riders. There are no more trigger points. There's nowhere else you can put in a race-winning move. Surely on this course, they are going to be coming in, and it's about who goes in first. As you drop onto the tarmac, it is a long way. You've got a downhill where you can take a rush at the rider if you are second rider on, but it means you're second rider into the technical descent. Van Aert clearly wants to stay on the front here. He could force or try to force Van der Poel in, but it's going to be about who's got the speed now. Van der Poel puts a quick run up there. He wants to remount at the same time. It's going to come down to this. The last two sections have got this traverse and descent in. They've got to keep it smooth. They're not going to make any mistakes at this stage. Van der Poel pressurising on the inside, and it's going to come down to this sprint. They don't want to start too early. It is a sight tailwind, and now he jumps. He's on this side. Here he goes. It's a kick from Mathieu Van der Poel. Can Van Aert answer him? They're on the run up here on the climb. I'm not sure that Van Aert has got enough. It's going to be Mathieu Van der Poel who takes it. Van der Poel takes the race win. He's a world champion as he comes sprinting through. And Wout Van Aert had no answer to it. Behind, Ellie Isabit is going to make it 2 Belgian medals. He comes in ahead of Lars van der Haar from the Netherlands. What a finish as they came in. Van der Poel, he got the jump and he took Van Aert on the way through. Van der Poel continues his run here in Hoogerheide, and he continues his domination in terms of the wins in the World Championships in the elite category. Behind, it was a battle between Lars van